Hala, 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 and welcome to Bona Retsang, the show where we inform, educate, and entertain you as we bring you a roundup of news events in Mzansi and abroad. Now remember, guys, this is your chance to voice your opinions on anything that may be affecting you and your community.
Yes, Zach, it is a brand new year, and of course we are back and we have a lot in store for you guys. So we want you guys to be active with us. Make sure that you like our Facebook page, which is Bona Retsang, or you can tweet us your comments at Bona Retsang. Or if you want to find out more about the show, you can also check out our website, which is at the bottom of your screen.
PK, I don't know about you, but I am so amped to get the show started, and I'm sure that you guys at home are ready to find out what we have lined up for you today. So without further ado, let's check out today's lineup. First up, we found out more about the 12-year-old consensual sex law.
Then on Scamto, we discussed the lack of employment for Mzansi youth. Last but not least, funny man Bogoman Baba gives us his take on this week's news. That was one interesting lineup. Make sure you stick with us for that and more. But Zach, my man, let's go to the big buzz.
Agreed, PK. Most agreed. Yes, guys, do remember that this is our top story for the day. Now, sex is a very, very sensitive subject to the youth of Mzansi. But what happens when the South African law decides to allow children as young as 12 years old to be able to have sex? Mtoba, our action man, reports.
What do you think when you hear the word sex?
When I hear the word sex, I think of two people who are married. Yeah, do that thing.
It's an activity that two people, when they're older and when they're able to, like, when they're married, should have.
When I hear the word sex, the first thing I think about is something very, for me, in my perception.
A judgment was made in South Africa legalizing consensual sex between children aged 12 and 16.
It was illegal in South Africa for a child under the age of 16 to engage in any sexual activity, which also includes kissing. It was, however, legal for a child as young as 12 years old to have an abortion.
Okay, mina ngicabanga ukuthi indaba yokuthi ama-teenagers asebencane have sex ayikho right ngoba yaba affect for the future yabo.
I don't think that there should be any sex with people under the age of 12 or 16.
The previous sex laws clearly stipulated that children between the ages of 12 and 15 years, if they engaged in consensual sexual activity, both children would be prosecuted.
For me, the right age to have sex is 18, 19.
The right age for a person to start having sexual intercourse should be at the age of 25 or 24.
I think when you're mentally okay and you can deal with the circumstances and the consequences of having sex at that time.
19-year-old mother of two, Tutu Vilagazi, reminds us of one of the consequences of sex at an early age.
To all those girls who are thinking of having sex right now, mina ngizothi yini ngicela ucabange before you do, ungayenzi just because you want to impress someone or just because you wanna feel uthandiwe ufuna ukuthandwa, because at the end of the day lo muntu lo uzombonisa ukuthi uyamthanda by giving yourself all out kuye, mara what if he's not going to marry you or uzokushiya nesisu nje after lapho sekakubiza ngamagama and all that.
The Center for Child Law and the Teddy Bear Clinic state that the reasons for challenging the past laws was not to condone sex between children, but to protect them against laws that would guarantee jail time if they were caught having sex before they turned 16. Mtoba Chapi, Bona Retsang.
Zach, I won't lie, but the story really worries me a lot. I mean, the rate of HIV in Mzansi is already high. And with this law, that means the stats will increase.
Those are my thoughts exactly, PK. Very, very worrying. Remember, guys, safe sex and abstinence ensures that you have a better future. So before you think of becoming sexually active, please get informed in order to make the right decisions. But now, let us go and check out what is happening in World What's Up. And today, we take a look at censorship.
Censorship is, I don't know.
I think it has something to do with getting a bursary or something at a university or something, but I actually don't know.
I'm a rude.
Censorship, a noun. The practice of officially examining books, movies, etc. and suppressing unacceptable parts. That's how the English dictionary explains censorship. Journalists in China recently protested against their government's involvement in what gets published in the media. They threatened to stop working if one of the people who censored their articles wasn't fired. The Chinese government always monitors what the people say on their cell phones, on the internet, in newspapers, and all forms of media.
I think the Chinese government should allow the people to choose whether they want to learn about what's happening in other countries.
I know what's happening in China, so why is it not fair for them to know what is happening in South Africa?
Our government is also challenging media freedom in South Africa. There is a bill in Parliament called the Protection of State Information Bill, which will give the government the power to decide what you can and cannot know about what the government does. This bill still needs to be voted for in the National Assembly this year.
South African media should not be censored. The government wouldn't be transparent. We wouldn't know everything and how the financial states, how the budget, the South African budget is used and such things.
And basically that, would lead country to, a bad reputation, also lead to country being one of the countries like Zimbabwe and so forth, you can name them. And from my own side, I also feel that, as learners at school, as we grow up, we will all one day to become leaders. And we get motivated and encouraged by the media, so the media should be limitless.
It is no secret that our government plays a huge role in what gets published or broadcasted in the media, even though we do not have censorship in South Africa. For an example, the series of adverts from First National Bank that were taken off the air because of pressure that came from the African National Congress. Mthoba Chapi, Bona Retsang.
Being able to voice your opinion is what we here at Bona Retsang stand for, and I have to agree with all of you guys' comments. And I mean, with the media being censored, we won't be able to get informed. But up next on the lineup is a News Rewind, where we take a quick look at what's happening in the news and what's your take on it.
Now guys, in our first News Rewind, we go over to the wild side. PK, how would you feel if I took a clip of you giving birth and posted that clip on the internet?
No, I totally wouldn't agree.
Well, it seems that a chimp called Nina didn't have her say in that matter. Gino reports.
The internet is an awesome place to check out your favorite celebrities. Trey Songz, 2 Chainz, Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne. But how many of us have actually Googled a monkey giving birth?
No, I wouldn't watch a monkey giving birth online because it's scary.
No. I wouldn't want to know what happens in that process. No.
Well, I wouldn't mind watching monkeys giving birth online. Reason being, we don't experience that every day, and that's nature at its best.
Nina, a chimpanzee in Mpumalanga, South Africa, caused a cyber frenzy when she gave birth online in late January. The chimp was rescued from South Sudan after her parents were eaten by bushmeat hunters. Now at the Jane Goodall Institute, a rescue sanctuary in Nelspruit, the chimp fell pregnant after the birth control given to her failed. Excited about the pregnancy, the staff at the sanctuary mounted a webcam in Nina's enclosure, and more than 500,000 people logged onto Chimp Eden's Nina Cam in hopes of watching her give birth online.
We decided we wanted to embark on an awareness campaign so that Nina as an ambassador, really as an example of what's happening to chimpanzees and the great apes in Africa. And we decided to do something that the world's not had before, which is a proper end-to-end documented birth, and people can experience it. And our aim of this was for awareness.
How would you feel if you were the chimpanzee and people were watching you via the internet?
I wouldn't like people to watch me giving birth online because it's my private life and it's not for everyone.
If I was a monkey and people were watching me online giving birth, I'd be proud of myself because people are watching me and want to know about my life.
This is Gino Shadile for BR.
That was interesting stuff over there. But up next on a News Rewind, last year we gave you the road to Mangaung, and now we take a look at what makes our new deputy president tick. Check this out.
Last year, we took a close look at Manga Wung, where President Zuma went head-to-head with Deputy President Motlanthe for the presidency of the African National Congress. Zuma won and remains ANC president until 2017. Motlanthe lost his ANC deputy presidency to Cyril Ramaphosa. Now the big question that we all want to know is, who is Cyril Ramaphosa?
Mr. Who?
Cyril?
What's his name again? Cyril Ramaphosa.
Cyril Ramaphosa.
Cyril Ramaphosa. Cyril Ramaphosa is a politician, businessman, activist, and trade union leader. He founded the National Union of Mine Workers, which is the biggest union in South Africa. He played a huge role when the ANC was negotiating with the National Party to end apartheid. He is one of the wealthiest people in South Africa.
Oh.
Now that you know a little bit about Cyril Ramaphosa, what would you like him to do for you?
I'd like Cyril Ramaphosa to help with teenage pregnancy, the rate of teenage pregnancy.
Better facilities for people in rural areas.
I would like him to build soccer grounds here because there's only rugby fields, you know.
I could like Cyril Ramaphosa to change the people's health on SA.
I'd be happy if he changed this world to feed hungry people. I'd actually like Mr. Ramaphosa to change in this country is to change the RDP because Mr. President Jacob Zuma is not doing much about it because he's building at the moment, he's building his own land, especially instead of doing the RDP for the homeless people.
Join the dialogue on our Twitter and Facebook pages and tell us what are your thoughts about Cyril Ramaphosa and the possibility of him being president of the country one day. Mtoba Chapi, Bona Retsang.
That was a most interesting take on the outcome of Mangaung. And now you guys know how the business mogul is the new deputy president. Stick with us right here on Bona Retsang, and so you can find out if all your requests to Mr. Ramaphosa have been heard.
It's time for us to take a quick break, but make sure you stay right where you are because when we return, we check out Scamto and find out why the youth of Mzansi is having a hard time because of the lack of resources. And of course, we hit the streets for Street Squad. But we will see you after this.
Welcome back to Bona Retsang, the show that informs, educates you, and allows you to voice your opinions on things that may be affecting your community. Now guys, on that note, up next on the lineup is Scamto, where we discuss issues/topics like teen pregnancy, love, growth, and experiences. Guys, we want to know what you want to discuss in this slot, so please do drop us a wall post telling us your topics.
With more than 70,000 matrics not able to get into tertiary, the youth unemployment rate is expected to soar in the new year, putting further pressure on the job market, which leads us to today's Scamto. We meet up with Sandile, who passed his matric but is now not able to further his studies. This is a huge problem to many youth in Mzansi. So now, let's go check out Sandile's story.
When I grow up, I want to be an archaeologist because I like studying about the bones.
I want to do law. I want to study law, even though I have another option, which is journalism.
People will be a pharmacist one day.
I want to do aviation engineering.
We all have dreams, but as we have learned from life experiences, our dreams do not always come true. We meet up with Usandile, who shares his post-matric experiences with us.
I decided to come to Joburg because bengekho indlela of hustling ekhaya. There was no way of hustling ekhaya because izinto eziningi ezilimitekile awukwazi ukuphuma amalokhuzana ama-institutions afuna imali. Well, it hasn't been as easy as I thought it would be. Things have been difficult for me. Ngifike lana, I didn't know anybody except for the people engangizohlala nabo. Ngiphume ngangena ngazama ayimnyango beyivalekile akukho la bekuvuleka khona. She CV, they promise to call you and they will never call you because vele ngangisesesikolweni. Nganginjenga wonke umuntu obakhona nje, wonke umuntu onormal obasesikolweni. Like sonke sinamaphupho ukuba odokotela nokuba othisha. So elami nami ngangisitshela ukuthi ngizoba udokotela. Ayike things didn't go according to plans because kumanje angiyena udokotela and angakafundi ngisho ukufunda ukuba udokotela. So
Sandile's experiences are shared by millions of young South Africans. A recent survey has showed that over 1 million young South Africans aged between the ages of 20 and 24 are unemployed. Nearly half of them have quit looking for a job. However, there are certain processes that can be followed to help address the situation.
I was thinking of being a nurse because you study for free and in Baragwanath Hospital, and when you study you also earn.
Because manje sengiqalile ukuthi ngiyenza ama-outreach programs like ngesibhedlela and see ukuthi that pharmacist isebenza kanjani, particularly imsebenzi wayo yini, and basically idila ngani.
If I wasn't taken at military, I was going to apply for a driver's license because I have a passion in being a paramedic. I was going to use my license in being a paramedic.
When I was in school, I wanted to do media, but I wasn't sure which section of media I wanted to go to. So I buy clothes, nice jeans, chinos, t-shirts, anything that I can find that's nice, that people can't find in SA, and I sell it to my friends for now.
Fiji, maths lead, the geography. So this year I was upgrading those subjects. So next year I plan to make the course sound engineering. So kenale batho ba lo chomicha ka dilo ke ba etsa music, stuff like that. So ke bona ba tlo nthusha ka dilo tša mofuta so ke ntse ke busy ke etsa sound engineering.
Nearly half of the class of 2012 will not make it into tertiary institutions, either because tertiary institutions are completely full or they did not get the right pass mark to make it into tertiary level. However, whatever the challenge you might be facing, it is important for you to know that there are things that you could be doing to keep busy this year. You could either look for a job, improve the current marks that you have, and apply for university for next year. Mthoba Chapi, Bona Retsang.
Now that was a really touching story from Usandile. You know, it really hurts me to hear that the youth of Mzansi is being denied the right of their future due to the lack of resources. And you know, in recent articles, they state that matriculants who pass and plan on going to further their studies now can't because universities can now only take a certain number of students. This really makes me ask, what does the South African government, or what is the South African government doing about all of this? I think that us as the youth of Mzansi should stand up and voice our concerns to the government and ensure that they take action.
That's so true, PK. But anyways, guys, moving up. Next up, we head to the streets with Street Squad. This is where you can send us clips of issues that are happening in your community. And today, Precious Zulu takes us to speak about study groups.
Okay, what is the importance of this study? We need to achieve and be the better future of tomorrow. Since you joined this study, what have you benefited throughout this? We have improved our math skills also in English. Now, I'll be investigating Sumatra. Why did you decide not to join study?
I believe study groups are a waste of time because a group of students sit around and instead of studying, they have to monitor each other, they have to monitor discipline, and they have to plan timetables, and that's wasting precious time of study.
And now I will be interviewing Tessa, who seems to stay not doing anything. Hi, Tessa. Hi. It seems like you do not worry about studying. Why do you not study?
Because I don't care whether I'm pass or fail.
Okay, as you see your money from study to some are independent. How do you feel about that?
That is my technique.
Okay, we heard from Phoenix College learners that some are independent, some depend on group studies, and some do not do anything because they think whether they pass or fail is still the same. According to my opinion, with study groups, you achieve a lot because you share ideas. With study groups, you achieve a lot throughout the year, and you find yourself being the best.
Thank Thank you so much, Precious. That was truly an inspiring clip. Now remember, guys, you can also be part of our Street Squad. Just send us your clips onto our Facebook page, and you never know, your clip may feature on our show. Now, Valentine's Day is just around the corner. Zach, are you getting me anything special?
PK, my love, you are just gonna have to wait and see. But anyways, guys, you at home, please tell us what you'll be doing on Valentine's Day. Show us what you'll be wearing or what you are planning on giving that special someone. And who knows, your comment or picture might soon be next week's Ringer Nati slot.
Well, Zach Attack, this is our favorite part of the show, and it's now time for us to see what our funny man, Bogoman Baba's take on the news for this week is.
Welcome back to Bona Retsang 2013. We're doing it bigger and better this year. Yes, I'm still your man, Boogerman Baba, the man with the funniest jokes. First up, commuters were outraged after the Patco bus price hike. It's understandable, but come on, like, isn't it too early for strikes? You would swear that people have striking as their New Year's resolutions. Yeah, I'm going to go to the gym. Yeah, then we're going to strike. Yeah, Sabangena this year. Come on, this is ridiculous. Although I can understand. I mean, Patco buses can raise their prices when they can lower their accident rates. It's getting ridiculous. Since when has Patco buses become the roller coaster ride for poor people? Yeah! Is it finished? No. Yeah! Come on, man. Think about it. Patco buses are exactly like Gold Reef City. They are thrilling, and the rides never work. Next up, a party bus crashed on the M2 in Johannesburg. Well, we must say it must have been one crazy party. The roof is on fire. Yo, Esan and the vele, ne? And guys, you know I have to congratulate the Matrix of 2012 after their fantastic results. I mean, they moved the pass rate up to 83.9%. They all did well. Even the prisoners. The prisoners scored a whooping 79.25% pass rate. That is incredible. I mean, now you're going to hear kids saying, hey, mama, I want to go to prison to get a good education. And moving on to international news, we've all heard the Lance Armstrong saga. Did he do it? Did he not do it? Well, he finally put the drama to an end after he had an interview with Oprah where he confessed to all the allegations. Man, it was a crazy interview. Well, but Lance Armstrong could have gone anyway. Could have went to CNN, he could have went to Sky Sports, but he decided to do it on Oprah. Maybe because he thought that Oprah would have had his Tour de France titles under his seat. Lance Armstrong, look under your seat. Yeah, is it the titles? No, it's your dignity. Go Oprah, go Oprah, go Oprah. All right, guys, on some ridiculous news, 15,000 crocodiles went missing in the Limpopo River after all the floods. Apparently, the Limpopo people are eating the crocodiles with forks and knives. The Zimbabweans are very angry, saying, how could you eat our transport? How are we supposed to get to South Africa now? I mean, we don't eat your brooms. Like, this is crazy. Guys, I'll see you next week. It's your man, Boogerman Baba. I'm at it all day, a day. Holla Black.
Thank you so much, Boogerman. You always seem to make us end the show on a high note. Do remember, guys, you can follow us on Twitter or like our Facebook page. And if you missed out on any of our stories, don't stress. You can always go onto our YouTube channel to check out any of our past episodes.
Send us your video clips and pics of what you've planned for your Valentine's Day. We want to see the love being celebrated. Well, unfortunately, we have come to the end of the show, but make sure you catch us next week, same time, same place. Konala, Bona Retsang. But from us at the BR Studios, we out.